Today I'll be doing video 5-1A on phylogeny. First, for some vocabulary, anagenesis is evolution within a lineage over time. We can see this here where the hearts go from dark green to light green without diverging. In contrast, cladogenesis is the splitting of one lineage into two. So here we can see that the hearts diverge right here into circles and squares. OTUs are operational taxonomic units like species, viruses, and alleles, and this is what is looked at in phylogenetic trees. A rooted tree shows the order of divergence with a common ancestor, so you can see the tree is rooted and then has branches. Internal nodes show where new species diverge within the tree, so some examples are at these circles right here. The most recent common ancestor depends on exactly what species you're looking at, but this node right here would show the most common recent ancestor for the species L, M, N, and O. Finally, the outgroup diverges earlier than the other OTUs and helps to root the tree. So right here, the example of the outgroup would be species A. This is my example of a phylogenetic tree using magnets from various places as the OTUs. I grouped my tree between the East Coast, the West Coast, and Europe, Rome being my outgroup because it's in a different continent than the rest of them. After I split my tree into the East Coast and West Coast, I also split it into attractions that have to do with animals and various cities for both of them. My tree is rooted right here at the beginning and has branches coming off of it to show various cities and attractions on the East and West Coast. There are various examples of internal nodes. There could be one right here, right there, and right there, in which the branches branch off into different subgroups. Where the internal nodes are located is also an example of cladogenesis. For example, right here, this most common recent ancestor between the aquarium and the zoo went through cladogenesis to break off into the aquarium and the zoo. Another example would be down here, where this most common recent ancestor split off into San Francisco and Denali. While cladogenesis is occurring at the internal nodes, we can assume that some form of anagenesis is occurring along these branches before they branch off into two new species. There could be many ways to look at most recent common ancestors in this phylogenetic tree. For example, this node right here might represent something to do with the West Coast since all of these branches go to the West Coast. This one up here might represent something to do with animals on the East Coast since both of these branch off to something that has to do with animals on the East Coast.